Hi everyone! Today's topic, one of the most jaw-dropping ant species out there, and we mean that literally. Meet Carebara diversa, where tiny workers and massive-headed soldiers team up in perfect harmony. Get ready for extreme teamwork, mind-blowing size differences, and one of the most powerful colonies in the ant world. Before we get started, just a quick reminder. Carebara diversa was previously called Phytologeton diversus, but later taxonomic revisions, based on both morphological and genetic data, placed it under the Carebara genus. So now these ants are officially known as Carebara diversa. Carebara carried carcasses carefully crushing carapaces with colossal cutters. Carebara carried carcasses carefully crushing carapaces with colossal cutters. Carebara carried carcasses carefully crushing carapaces with colossal cutters. So let's talk about their habitat and nesting. Carebara diversa, often called the East Indian harvesting ant or just Asian army ant, can be found across much of South and Southeast Asia, from Thailand to India and even parts of China and Indonesia. These ants don't just nest, they build empires underground. Colonies can reach a maximum size of nearly 1 million individuals. Their nests are deep and sprawling, with complex tunnel networks and huge chambers designed to handle their massive workforce. They often nest in open soil, under logs, or at the base of trees, but they're also known to adapt to human structures, especially in tropical gardens or plantations. When disturbed, they move their entire colony, brood, food queens, in a synchronized escape migration. They are not afraid to start over a bit further away. Now that we know where they live, let's have a closer look at them. Beautiful. The smallest ants, the minors, are a light orange to reddish brown, almost translucent. They're just 2 to 3.5 millimeters long and do most of the foraging. As we move up in caste, the medium-sized workers take on a deeper chestnut hue. But it's the soldiers, the massive-headed majors, that steal the show. Their armored bodies are a dark reddish brown, sometimes almost black with a glossy sheen. They are the muscle of the colony, ranging from 9.5 to 15 millimeters. The queen, even larger and more robust, carries that same dark tone. She can live for 10 to 15 years. The queen is 15 to 23 millimeters long. That makes her 7.5 times longer than the smallest worker, and she can weigh 300 times more. That allows the smallest workers to climb on the queen in order to remove parasites, keep her warm, or protect her. She's like a moving castle to them. This extreme polymorphism is rare among ants, and it's what makes the species look like it's made up of two totally different animals. But they're all sisters from the same queen. And yes, they have a stinger, like many ants in the subfamily Myrmicinae, but it is not functional in their case. Instead, their giant mandibles are able to clamp down hard and hold on for minutes. Not fun. Their colonies are polygynous, meaning they have multiple queens, which explains why they are very fast-growing colonies. Quick note on Carebara's nuptial flights. In Thailand or other similar regions, they happen just once a year, but closer to the equator, you can expect them roughly every 3 months. Let's have a quick look at how they tend to the future queens. They are cleaning their wings, preparing for their big day. After mating, new queens settle down and begin laying eggs to establish or expand colonies. Minor workers take about 28 days to go from egg to adult. That's roughly 9 days as an egg, another 9 as a larva, and about 10 days in the pupal stage. As you can see here, their pupas are naked. Majors, on the other hand, take their time. Due to their larger size and more complex development process, they need around 45 days to fully mature. Look at this major worker taking its first steps. I'd like to add another fact for you, a bonus fact. While scientists were doing studies on different ant species, when looking at their outer layers, we call them cuticles, they found that some of them were surprisingly thin. So why is that? Nitrogen, which is a key part of this layer, is quite an expensive component because it's naturally low occurring in their diet. And nitrogen is needed to form chitin and the cuticular proteins that are necessary to build this outermost layer of their exoskeleton. For species like Carebara diversa, that's important because their colonies can have tens of thousands of workers in all shapes and sizes. With the smaller ants having thinner cuticles, the colony can sustain larger numbers with the limited amounts of nitrogen available to them. Carebara diversa are an aggressive and also well-organized species of the ant kingdom. They are raiding foragers, meaning they leave the nest in huge swarms that can reach 10,000 individuals. These raids can resemble miniature floods of ants sweeping over the forest floor, devouring everything in their path. In this way, they are similar to the Doraline army ant. Raids are usually triggered by pheromone cascades from alarmed scouts. Watch how they expertly remove a piece of apple from its juicy core. If you're curious about how ants interact with an apple, feel free to check out our video by clicking the upper right corner now. And here's a larva that's about to become a snack. Minor workers scout and overwhelm prey and then call in reinforcements. The larger majors arrive like tanks, biting, dragging, and tearing apart food for transport. Together, they haul the pieces back in long, organized trails. Their diet includes dead insects, fresh kills, seeds, nuts and fruits, plant nectar, and honeydew from sap-sucking insects. Though they need protein, not all insects they kill are eaten. Some are discarded outside the nest like garbage, or trophies depending on your perspective. One of the coolest things about Carebara diversa is how task allocation works. Their caste system isn't just size-based, it's also function-based. Studies have shown that small workers specialize in brood care and trail laying. Larger workers take care of the fence, prey processing and moving heavy stuff. The largest majors mostly guard as we saw, but sometimes they serve as mobile food storage units with extended gasters full of nutritional liquid. Think of them as ant canteens. It's a resilient species and equipped to weather some of the harshest conditions. They survive the pollution we throw at them and adjust their food habits when living in our cities. By making sure to actively work towards preserving their natural habitats, Carebara diversa will continue to thrive for millions of years. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. You'll find all sources that we used in the descriptions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And for future deep dives into other species, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss what's next. We'll see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.